Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this NXT Takeover preview video. So this is the 13th Takeover and we are in San Antonio. It is obviously Royal Rumble weekend, and how interesting there is no place on this card for Samoa Joe. I think everything is pointing towards him being included in the Royal Rumble match, and I really hope he is. I really do. I would love to see him come out. But let's focus on Takeover, which is happening on Saturday, the night before the Royal Rumble. And there's 5 matches. I think the build has been a little lackluster. Not really their fault, you know. They've been airing house shows from like the tour that they were on in Japan and Australia, and it's meant they've only had a couple of weeks of new content to actually build matches and feuds and flesh the card out a little bit. So yeah, things like Roderick Strong against Cien Almas doesn't really excite me, but I know it'll be a good match. I like the Almas heel turn. And Cien Almas as well, you know, I mean, he is a former IWGP Intercontinental Champion. This guy is no slouch in the ring. He's just really struggled to kind of connect with the audience, and I think this heel turn's going to work for him. He's up against Roderick Strong, who's a fantastic wrestler, just never had an opportunity to really do it on a massive stage. I'm intrigued in the match. I just wanted it to have a better build. I think they'll go with Cien. It really has to be now or never for him. I think they've tried a heel turn. They need to see that through. Roderick Strong can pick up a few losses at this stage. It's not a problem. And then they can build and give him a push. But at this stage, Cien's been on the roster for a while now. It is now or never. The man needs a win, a big win on a big stage. Next match I've got on the list is Eric Young against Ty Dillinger. I am a big Ty Dillinger fan. I will not go against Ty picking up the victory here. I really like the storyline they've gone with, which is he's doubting himself. He doesn't think he can compete on the big stage. You know, Eric Young came down and said, do you want to be part of Sanity? Offered him the jacket. He turned that down, and so now we've got Eric Young against Ty Dillinger. This has had a much better build than the first match we spoke about, and I am really intrigued to see how this develops or where they go with this as a storyline. I expect Ty Dillinger to win. I expect Sanity to then jump Ty Dillinger and leave him a beaten mess, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But I am going with Ty Dillinger to get a much needed win. Similar to Almas, really. Next match, DIY, not hashtag DIY. I'm not saying hashtag DIY. DIY against the Authors of Pain. And I'm going to go with the Authors of Pain. I think that they're unbeaten. I think that they are the next big monster team, and I don't see any benefit in them losing. I think DIY are the plucky underdogs. I think that will give us a rematch as well. And really, when you look at the landscape tag team wise, who else is there? If DIY get past Authors of Pain, Sanity maybe, but who else is there? I fully expect the Revival to get called up at some point. I think the Authors of Pain win, and then we get a rematch at the next Takeover. So that will flesh things out for a little while. That'll probably get us through to WrestleMania weekend, say. But I think this will be a decent match. I'm interested to see what DIY can do in the ring with the Authors of Pain. The Authors of Pain are big. They're quite plodding. They don't seem... I mean, they're not slow, but they just don't seem to be able to put on, like, a match of the year. Because, like, DIY against Revival was just insane every time they met. Revival American Alpha, absolutely amazing. That is the standard, and I'm very interested to see how the Authors of Pain are going to get even close to that standard, because DIY can. But I think Authors of Pain will leave as the new tag team champions. I think that will be the only title that will change hands, because next we've got Asuka against Billie Kay. against Peyton Royce against Nikki Cross, and I think Asuka steals the win here. This is not going to be easy. I think that everyone's going to have their moment to shine. I think Billy Kay and Peyton Royce are going to work together. There might be a couple of moments where there's a little tease that they're going to have to beat each other or something. Maybe Asuka's out, maybe Nikki Cross is out. There's just those two girls left in the middle of the ring. You know, I think there'll be exciting moments, but I do think they'll keep the belt on Asuka, and I think that's right, because I think when the moment comes for her to drop the title, needs to be clean. They need to make a star. They need to leave. You know, they need to give someone that moment. I don't know who it's going to be. I don't know who is down there that's deserving of that. We'll have to see. Yeah, I don't think this is the right way for her to drop the title, even though it would be very easy and she wouldn't have to even get pinned. That feels a bit like a cop-out to me. But I'm hoping that she retains anyway, because I love the woman and I don't want to see her lose that title. And the top match is the battle of the entrances. It's Nakamura against Bobby Roode. I've no idea who's going to have the best entrance, but I fully expect Nakamura to retain. I think they've built up Bobby Roode just so Nakamura's got an opponent, because they know that Samoa Joe is going to be in the Rumble, hopefully, and there's no one else really that's at that level. So I think that Bobby Roode's a good choice. I think this is going to be a decent match, but I don't see any difficulty here for Nakamura to retain, so I fully expect him to keep hold of the title. Awesome, guys. I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you disagree? If you like the video, please give it a like. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully, I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.